Alright, Oshidori. There was a falconer and hunter named Sonjo, who lived in the district called Tamura no Go of the province of Mutsu. One day he went out hunting and could not find any game, but on his way home at a place called Akanuma, he perceived a pair of Oshidori, mandarin ducks, swimming together in a river that he was about to cross. To kill Oshidori is not good, but Sonjo happened to be very hungry, and he shot at the pair. His arrow pierced the male. The female escaped into the rushes of the further shore and disappeared. Sonjo took the dead bird home and cooked it. That night he dreamed a dreary dream. It seemed to him that a beautiful woman came into his room and stood by his pillow and began to weep. So bitterly did she weep that Sonjo felt as if his heart was being torn out while he listened. And the woman cried to him, "Why? Why did you kill him? Of what wrong was he guilty? At Akanuma we were so happy together, and you killed him. What harm did he ever do you? Do you even know what you have done? Oh, I do. Oh, do you know what a wicked thing you have done? Me too you have killed, for I will not live without my husband. Only to tell you this I came." Then again she wept aloud, so bitterly that the voice of her crying pierced into the marrow of the listener's bones, and she sobbed out the words of this poem. "He kurureba sasoishi mono o akanuma no makomo no kure no itori ne zo uki." At the coming of twilight I invited him to return with me, now to sleep alone in the shadow of the rushes Akanuma. Ah, what misery unspeakable! And after having uttered these verses, she exclaimed, "Ah, you do not know, you cannot know what you have done, but tomorrow, when you go to Akanuma, you will see, you will see." So saying, and weeping very piteously, she went away. So let's pause a moment in our spooky story. Explain this little bit about the mandarin ducks. Mandarin ducks, this particular species, are emblems of conjugal affection. So, they're symbols of marital love. So you don't kill them because, that's just mean. We will leave the really obscure pedantry down at the bottom of this page for later. When Sonjo awoke in the morning, this dream remained so vivid in his mind that he was greatly troubled. He remembered the words, "But tomorrow when you go to Akanuma, you will see, you will see." And he resolved to go there at once, that he might learn whether his dream was anything more than a dream. So he went to Akanuma, and there, when he came to the river bank, he saw the female Oshidori swimming alone. In the same moment the bird perceived Sonjo, but instead of trying to escape, she swam straight towards him, looking at him the while in a strange fixed way. Then, with her beak, she suddenly tore open her own body and died before the hunter's eyes. Sonjo shaved his head and became a priest. So we have this footnote about the poem, which I know Quinn will appreciate me reading. There is a pathetic double meaning in the third verse. If we look here again, we see the third verse is Akanuma no. For the syllables composing the proper name Akanuma, red marsh, may also be read as Akanu ma, so you're kind of changing the syllables here, signifying the time of our inseparable or delightful relation. So the poem can also be thus rendered: when the day began to fail, I had invited him to accompany me. Now, after the time of that happy relation, what misery for the one who must slumber alone in the shadow of the rushes. And then there's another remark that the rush here, the makome, is a sort of really large reed used for making baskets. It's still used